welcome. Looking forward to fighting on Saturday night. Say a few words, please.
Thanks, Mushroom. Thanks, AG. Thanks, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. It's a very, very great fight card. I did a great training camp, and I can't wait to show you who I am. Thanks.
Thank you, Simon. Let's go to Tommy Coyle. Tommy, what a story. I mean, I've seen your build-up on your own social media for this. I think to say you're excited is a slight understatement, but can you quite believe it? I see you walking around and you get the chance on Saturday, not just to fight Madison Square Garden, but to be in a fight that could completely flip your career on its head. And I think the winner of this fight has to go on and challenge for a world title at 140 pounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be fighting at the Mecca of boxing, which is Madison Square Garden, and I'm so excited. But it's a huge opportunity for me to, go on and do something which I probably never thought had happened in my career. And with opportunity comes pressure, but without pressure you don't get diamonds. And I genuinely think Saturday night I'm gonna go in there and shine like a diamond. I think it's the right time for me. I've improved as a fighter. I'm really coming into my own now. I'm just mega excited. I keep laughing to myself. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me it's a prank. I'm usually pulling the pranks, but it's happening. I'm here and it's going off.
How important is it to stay in the moment and not just get completely carried away with the excitement? Because you made some massive improvements over Jamie Moore. I know you both believe this is a fight that you can win.
Oh, 100%. This is a very winnable fight. It's a great fight. Listen, Chris Algieri is a fantastic fighter. He's a better dresser. He dresses fantastic. I like his style. But I really think this is a fight for me where I can really look good. I'm not going to have to go find him. I just think the styles will gel fantastically. And I know I've got too much inside.
Thank you, Tommy. I'm going to pass over now to Chris Algieri's promoter, Joe DeGuardia. Joe, welcome. And this is a great fight. We've talked about it for a while. Chris, we know he had his problems on fight week for his last fight, but obviously this is a fight that's going to take him back to challenging for the world title.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. Something really special, this fight between Tommy and Chris. I don't know if it's going to be the battle of the mics or the battle in the ring, because both of them are great speakers, and Chris's history is just something special. We are, as a team, pleased to be here. Eddie, thank you. With Dazn, taking over boxing. It's a perfect place to watch. And be sure to tune in early on Dazn, because this is going to be on early. It's going to be a great fight leading into the World Championship here at Madison Square Garden, the Mecca of boxing. It's always spectacular to be fighting at Madison Square Garden. No place in the world like it. Really looking forward to this fight between Tommy and Chris Algieri. Chris has been something special behind and outside the ring, between his interviews, between what he's done as a nutritionist, working with other fighters, but inside the ring, he's been something special as well. And we remember what he was like, being on the canvas twice in the first round, getting up, his eye completely closed, almost reminded you of the old days like Conor Basilio with that eye completely closed. And yet getting up and beating Ruslan Provodnikov to win the championship of the world. I know Chris is hungry to get his title back. He's never lost at 140 pounds. And Tommy's standing in the way. And Eddie has it right. The winner of this fight probably fights for the championship of the world next. So we're looking forward to it, and certainly looking forward to the whole night, Saturday night, on Dazn here at Madison Square Garden. Thanks again, and I'll turn it over to former world champion, Chris Algieri.
Thank you, Joe. Chris, over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Joe. Just first of all, I want to thank Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing for putting on this amazing event, to my promoter, Joe DeGuardia from Star Boxing, as well as Sky Sports, which is going to be great to be exposed to a whole new fan base out there, to Dazn, which is the premier streaming app for all things boxing now, and a bunch of other things as well. But I think it really is the wave of the future in terms of where we are now, where networks are starting to fall and apps are starting to become a major thing. So yeah, but this fight, this is a huge opportunity. This is exactly why I came back to the sport. I want to be a world champion. This fight with Tommy Coyle puts me back in that position. So I've got to go out there, not only win, but look impressive and angle myself for another world title run. You know, this is like I said, this is why I'm here. I'm feeling great. This training camp has been fantastic. I have an opponent, Tommy Coyle, that gets me excited to go out there, and I really think it's going to be a fantastic fight. Make sure you guys tune in. And yeah, there's been a lot of talk about a lot of the stuff that I've been doing outside of the ring, but I want to go back to everybody talking about what I do inside the ring. So on Saturday night, I'm looking forward to putting on a great show and coming out with the victory and moving forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. And talking about the fight briefly, I know we talked about this fight. You've been very excited about this fight because you told me you've watched Tommy and he's always in great fights. I can't really see anything but a great fight on Saturday between you two.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy Coyle is a blood and guts guy, trains really hard, gives it his all when he fights, and that's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I need to get up and to train hard and go out there and give me a perfect foil for a great performance and on a great card. So,
thank you, Chris. The WBA International Light Heavyweight Championship on the line between Joshua Buatsi and Marco Antonio Periban. Obviously, since the announcement of Andy Ruiz on the card, there'll be plenty of Mexicans in the arena to support Marco Antonio Periban, who has long been an established figure, particularly at 168 pounds. Saw him lose recently to Yildirim, who went on to challenge for the world title. Also went the distance with Badu Jack and many others as well. And for Joshua Buatsi, who has been absolutely faultless as a professional so far, racked up 10 victories in extremely impressive style. Now, not only sits in the world top 15, also sits as British champion. And I'm delighted that he gets a chance to fight here because this is exactly the kind of stage that he should be fighting on. JB, excited, ready? You look strong, you look like you've had a great camp finishing off in Miami and ready to go on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good evening, good morning to everyone. Everyone's awake? Come on. But now listen, it's a good opportunity. Periban, like you said, the well-known Mexican fighter, is going to come, bring experience to the table, and people are curious, and everyone's almost intrigued to see what's going to happen. So it's up to me to go out there to put on a good show. I was hoping you'd be here, but I haven't seen him. But Saturday night, Friday, I had the way we'll see each other face to face, and Saturday night it happens.
Obviously, you've had a lot of quick victories so far. I think 3 consecutive first round victories and then a third round victory in your last fight as well. Looking to get some rounds. I mean, like I said, he's extremely durable, been the distance with some big names and former world champions as well. Do you expect some rounds on Saturday night or any way it comes?
Yeah, I think any way it comes, man. I'm prepared to do 10. If it goes the distance, cool. But again, if I sense any vulnerability or any opportunities there, I'll be there to take it, and as long as trying to entertain people. So if it goes the distance, cool. If it doesn't, happy days.
And finally, tell us about that experience finishing the camp in Miami, down with AJ. Great setup down there as well. Obviously, both of you in great condition.
For sure, it's a good experience.
Well accustomed to the time difference now going into the weekend.
Yeah, I better be, man. For me, it was good just being in Miami. It's the first time I've been in the US overall, so it was good experience seeing how Josh does things leading up to a fight like this, finishing off camp like you said in Miami, and then coming to New York to add the final touches. So it was a good experience for myself, and as always, I'm observant, seeing how it's done. So one day when I'm there, I can do the same thing.
Thanks, JB. Look forward to that fight. Antonio Periban on Saturday night. Now, if you haven't seen Josh Pretty Boy Kelly fight, you're in for a real treat. This guy is someone else. I mean, despite the fact that he's disgustingly handsome and carved out stunner, he is just an exceptional talent. 9 fights in, already picked up the WBA international title, already won the Commonwealth welterweight title as well, already ranked in the top 15, top 10 now in the world, and moving at a very quick rate. He has a brilliant fight. And I think sometimes a fight that can go under the radar away from the boxing people. We know that Ray Robinson out of Philadelphia is a great fighter. We saw him win against, I won't pronounce his name, but the Latvian contender in his last fight, who is top 5 in every governing body. Won that fight clearly last time out. And Josh Kelly has a huge step up on Saturday night, and one that I believe he will shine in and just light up Madison Square Garden on Saturday. Josh, this is made for you, my friend, and Saturday night you get a chance to defend your title at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, man, I feel blessed to be here, to get a chance to perform on a world stage like this. Truly blessed. I mean, not many kids from Sunderland get this chance, so I mean, I'm taking it with both hands. But like you said, I've worked hard. I feel as though I'm ready for this step up. I know Ray couldn't be here because of family problems, so family first, and I wish him all the best with that. And then hope his daughter gets better. But I mean, I'm here now, and I'm ready to put a performance on Saturday. I really can't wait to get in there. And it's gonna dance underneath them lights, and that's it's a bit surreal, but I'm excited. I want to enjoy it. I want to take it all in, and I want to perform. That's the main thing, man. I can't wait.
Obviously been doing some amazing work with Adam Booth. He's just got so much belief in you to move at this pace. This is a massive step up, isn't it, in Robinson? Someone that's competed towards world level and really shown that he's a world-class fighter. You're expecting a tough assignment on Saturday?
100%. I mean, the last fight he had was against Kavalauskas. I pronounced that.
Well done, man.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Kavalauskas, and he was ranked highly, like you said. He was a tough opponent, and a lot of people thought he won that fight. So I mean, this is a big step up. But I feel as though the way I've been performing in the gym, the people I've been sparring, the way I can perform in the ring when I'm totally switched on. I feel as though Ray Robinson will give us that test, keep my mind fully on the job, and there can't be no time of complacency in there on Saturday. And I'm going to get the job done, come away with a W, sit back and relax, and watch the rest of the card, and hopefully all the British fighters do the same.
Thank you. Josh Kelly against Ray Robinson on Saturday night for the WBA International Welterweight title. We move on to our World Championship boxing, and of course the undisputed Women's Lightweight World Championship. It's just a fight that we've wanted for so long. It was always been the fight when talking to Katie and Brian Peters, who's here somewhere, I haven't seen him yet. Hello, Brian. And the team, Ross, you know, this was always the fight that we knew would be for the undisputed championship, because Delphine Hassoun was the champion who is a big name, has the opportunity to take fights in Belgium. She's a big star over there, but she was always the toughest of the champions. And we have saved the toughest for last. The winner of this fight will be the undisputed world champion, WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, and delighted that the Ring Magazine belt is on the line for this fight as well. Of course, a belt which every fighter wants to win so badly, a belt that this young man to my right also holds, but just a belt that is so important to fighters. And I'm so excited for this fight. I'm so excited for both fighters in this fight, because to fight an undisputed fight here on this kind of stage, I'm sure is a dream for both fighters. And we're going to start with Delphine. Delphine, welcome. A massive occasion for both of you on Saturday.
Yes, Belgium is a small country. If you see New York, I think New York is bigger than the Belgian country. So for me, it's a lot of a bigger place. So the boxing sport in Belgium is, how do you say, not recognized. So I'm the first boxer that can make history for the Belgian boxing sport. So yeah, for me it's very exciting. I can set the boxing sport on the court in Belgium, and yeah, I can, if I go for the fight, and I'm gonna go for the fight, and I can win the fight, I think I'm the first Belgian boxer that can make, how do you say it, history, and that can be undisputed champion, take all the belts, take the Ring Magazine belt, and yeah, for me, yeah, I like it. It's my passion. I want to do everything for it, and we already prepared 2 months for this fight. My trainer was already 2 years looking for this fight. He thought we never get a chance to get this fight. No, I get a chance. We are ready, and yeah, we go for it.
It's such a great fight. You and Katie, definitely number 1 and number 2 in the world. Probably pound for pound the top 2 fighters as well, right up there in women's boxing as well. And expecting a tough fight against Katie on Saturday. She's looked very good in her career. A small number of professional fights compared to you. We know you're undefeated in 9 years, but expecting a tough fight on Saturday.
Yes, I expect surely a tough fight. She got a lot more, how do you say it, experience in amateur fighting. I only was 1 year amateur because in Belgium, like I say, the boxing was not very big and there was no national team, so it was not possible for me to go to the World Championship or European Championship, so I got no chance also to go to the Olympic Games. And Katie Taylor is the Olympic champion. For me, this is also something I can, how do you say it, I got no chance to go to the Olympic Games. She is the Olympic champion, so now I can compete with the Olympic champion and hopefully defeat the Olympic champion. For me, it's something I don't have the chance before. And everybody knows, yeah, world champion is great, but Olympic champion is also great. And now I can compete with the Olympic champion. For me, that's very important. I want to, how do you say it, do everything in my career of boxing, and now I got the chance to do this.
Thank you very much, Delphine. Thank you. Katie Taylor, as we know, been a phenomenon since she laced up the gloves. Used to go into the gyms, put the head guard on, pretend that she was a boy to make sure she could get the fights and get the sparring. If you haven't seen the movie, go to Netflix now to watch Katie. Incredibly, she hasn't watched the movie. I mean, how can you not watch a movie about yourself? It's unbelievable, but she hasn't yet watched it. But if you haven't watched it, you must watch it. It's an incredible story, and she has been an incredible sportsman for Ireland. She really is a legend there already. 6 European Championships, 5 amateur World Championships, Olympic gold, and of course already captured the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO world titles in such a short period of time. But on Saturday night, she gets her chance to achieve what I know she set out to achieve when she turned professional, which was to win all the belts. And we saw her box here on the Canelo Field in Undercard, and it was just incredible. You know, the atmosphere when she fights is something else, and the reception she got yesterday and the reception she will get on Saturday night will be incredible. And it is, as she says, the biggest night of her career so far. And when you look at everything she's achieved so far, that should give you all the indication you need to tell you how important this fight is. Katie, I think I've said it all. I'll pass over to you, but this is everything to you, this challenge.
Yeah, definitely. I think I turn professional. I wanted to be undisputed champion, but this is always my goal. So I nearly pinched myself that I had this opportunity in a few days' time in the Mecca box on Madison Square Garden. It can't get any bigger than this, really. So yeah, I'm just ready to make history. I'm ready to perform on Saturday night, and this is what I've always wanted.
I know you study your opponents as well, and like I said, all the conversations we've had in the past was Persoon is the real test for me. You know, she is the best champion in the division. This is before you had the belts as well, and we always felt that would be possibly the hardest fight to get. But now there's too much on the line for it not to happen. Are you expecting by far the toughest fight of your career on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely. Delphine Persoon is a fantastic champion, and this is exactly what boxing needs. This is champion against champion, the best versus the best, and this is what not just what women's boxing needs. This is what boxing needs, and I'm definitely expecting the toughest test of my career. But I do feel prepared for this challenge, and I've had a really tough training camp over the last few months preparing for this fight as well. And we're both here to make history for our nations as well. And we're both here to perform, and it's going to make for a very exciting fight.
Obviously, everything you've achieved, the European Championship, the World Championships, London 2012 for the gold, this would be your finest moment, you believe, to have all those belts, and again the Ring Magazine belt as well, absolutely everything.
Yeah, this is by far the biggest night in my career. This is the pinnacle of boxing, to have all 5 belts. The Ring Magazine belts, as you said, is up for grabs as well. This is exactly what every fighter dreams of, really. So I understand how big this fight is, the magnitude of this event, but I can't wait for this. This is why I box. These are the fights I've always wanted, and I'm ready to make history.
And last one, obviously, like I said, a legend in Ireland, the whole country going to be watching and waiting in the ring probably around 1:30 UK Irish time. Not too bad, not too bad. You expect a lot of people to be up, and obviously you have an entire nation behind you.
Yeah, the support that I've gotten over the last few years has been incredible, actually. That they're all behind me, they're all cheering me on, and I hope to make everyone proud at home.
Thank you. We can't wait for that. Katie Taylor against Delphine Persoon, the WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, Ring Magazine World Championships on the line, the undisputed Women's Lightweight World Championship. We move on to the Super Middleweight division, and again the WBC, the WBA, the Ring Magazine titles on the line. when Callum Smith makes his first defence against former world champion Francis Hassan and Dan. Hassan, welcome. You always look $1 million. It's always great to see you and a great opportunity for you to become a two-weight world champion on Saturday night.
Good. Hello everyone. Thank you. I want first of all thanks Adrian. Thanks my team to all the work they do for me. Thank my wife. Thanks everyone to be here this morning for this press conference. First of all, when they called me to fight Callum Smith, I think a little bit why, because Callum Smith tomorrow Saturday you're gonna watch two friends, two brothers, because my father is here. We have a good relationship as friends, as brother with Paul, with Liam Smith, with Callum. I saw him grow up in this sport with Joe, who make him very good career, and I saw him go to England Championship, European Championship, and Super Middle and Super Champion. He helped me, I helped him, and Saturday, my trainer told me, you tell me every day you want to face the best in the world. Why you think about it? You have opportunities to be in the big card like that in Madison Square Garden. Everybody dream about. So make your dream come true and say, okay, now we're gonna put this friendship out, and we're gonna go to fight Callum Smith as opponent, not as an enemy or something like that, because he has something that I want to be super champion too. So Saturday is gonna be a two hard worker fight, so don't miss it.
Hassan, you've boxed at a very high level. Obviously the win over Murata, you boxed Lemieux as well, you boxed Peter Quillen, you have a huge amount of experience. Do you think your experience is important in this fight? We all know that Callum Smith is a huge super middleweight, but you've been at middleweight for a long time, and moving up sometimes helps fighters as well. Do you think your experience is important on Saturday night?
You know, this is my first time in this level in super middleweight. I don't know how I'm gonna feel, but I feel good. I feel like middleweight. It's not important to me to be very fast, very slow. I think I have experience for this kind of match and this kind of event. But Madison Square Garden is something that everybody wants to dream to be there. So I think, yes, my experience is going to be a very first point to this match.
Thank you very much, Hassan. We pass over to the defending champion, who we saw at the end of last year put in an amazing performance to become world champion and knock out George Groves in the final of the World Boxing Super Series tournament. It was a real big moment for the Smith family, an incredible family when you think four brothers, all of them have challenged for world titles, two world champions as well in Liam Smith and Callum Smith. It's an incredible story, and they're a fine bunch of men, and they've been great to work with over the period. This young man is emerging now as not just the best brother potentially, but potentially one of the top pound for pound fighters in the world. Already the standout #1 in the 168 pound division. The mega fights are within touching distance, and now firstly he defends his title for the first time, and we can't wait, because this man we've represented from his professional debut, and to see him grow to this level is extremely exciting. We know he's got a tough fight on Saturday, but like I said, the mega fights sit within touching distance. Callum, welcome. No better place to make that first defence.
No, yeah, I feel good. I'm excited. I feel like this is like a new chapter in my career. Everton previously was always the journey to become a world champion, and now I've achieved that. It's now, let's see how much more I can achieve, and no better place to start my journey champion than Madison Square Garden. It's such an iconic fight venue with a lot of history, and to add my name to some of the greats who've boxed here over the years, it's going to be a special night for myself. And so I'm excited, looking forward to putting in a big performance. I've been out a little longer than I'd like to have been, but I want to make up for lost time. I want to get back and remind people how good I am.
Yeah, obviously I got a bit of stick for that, but no, a lot of it was because of the birth of your daughter. But you were supposed to fight last month, and we talked about that with Joe, but this was the date that you wanted, a lot of these guys wanted. And this is the platform, you know, we talk about the Canelo fight, we know you've got business to take care of on Saturday, but this is the platform to really go and make a statement.
Yeah, there's other shows mentioned at the minute. Madison Square Garden was mentioned, and AJ show is a bigger platform than any other. It's a platform I'm planning on taking advantage of, and there's some massive names, some possible fights for me in the future, but to secure them fights, I've got to perform the weekend. I've got to put in a good performance. I've got to win, most importantly, and put myself in line for the big fights, which is what they're the fights I'm in boxing for. They would excite me, they would motivate me, and I want to maximise my potential and achieve as much as I can, and all that starts on Saturday.
You've shared rounds with Hassan and Dan, obviously, over the years. We've seen him in some great fights at middleweight. Expecting a tricky fight on Saturday, someone with experience and very determined as well.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, he's very experienced, he's mixed at the highest level. He's a former world champion himself, and only the better fighters have beat him, and I believe I'm the best super middleweight in the world, and if that's true, it should be enough to beat Hassan, and should be enough to beat him well and look good doing it.
Finally, it's a massive night of sport for British fans back home. Obviously, you'll get a chance to watch the big match before heading to the arena.
Yeah, hopefully Liverpool can get a good win over Tottenham, win the Champions League, and then go into the early hours, and myself and all the other top British fighters, some of the best fights we've got back home on display the weekend, and it's a good night of boxing and football for the country, and especially for Liverpool.
Thank you, Callum. The World Super Middleweight World Championship on the line Saturday night. Callum Smith against Hassan and Dan. We thank you for your time. Obviously, you know the fight week schedule remaining. Tomorrow is the final press conference for Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. And then on Friday, the big weigh in Madison Square Garden. Doors open at 3 p.m. If you haven't got your tickets yet, for people watching this, make sure you apply for your tickets. A couple of thousand already gone. We're quite limited on space, so make sure you apply. It's completely free to enter, but make sure you do grab your tickets for that. Thank you. And to all these guys, good luck. And I'm so proud of you and jealous of you that you get a chance to go out and just have an incredible night on Saturday. Thank you very much. We're going to do some head-to-heads up here now, and all the guys are available for one-on-ones. Thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive, from Border Wars, from title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.